There could not be too many happy sheep after yesterday's result. Not only did Aberdeen let a 2-goal lead slip against Rangers, but they also let Rangers back in to the title race. Bah! Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Here for the Aberdeen fans react. It finished Aberdeen 2, Rangers 2. But in reality, Aberdeen should have won this game. I think they deserved to win this game. And they pretty much blew this game. And with that, I mean, they may have actually ruined their chances now of getting third place and getting that guaranteed Conference League football. Now, they've still got a chance of earning it through the Cup, but they're now 3 points behind Aberdeen. And I just don't see them overcoming that in the league. I look at Hibs. I think they are more likely to beat the Old Firm than Aberdeen are, and I think Hibernian are more likely to beat Aberdeen in their post-split fixture. Plus, I think Hibs will pick up more points against St Mirren and Dundee United. So for me, I'd be shocked if Hibs now don't get third. So Aberdeen, had a chance here to stay right behind Hibs, but they blew it. They were 2-0 up, had a man advantage, and they lost the game. Well, they didn't lose the game, but it must feel like a loss at home. So I'm sure they will not be too happy. Speaking of not being too happy, Hearts are shite, so I'm not too happy either, missing it in the top 6. But, that's a rant for a different day. But we're going to see what the Aberdeen fans are saying. Haven't seen much football over the past couple of weeks, not going to lie. I've seen highlights, but night shift's a killer. Anyone who wants to do it, anyone who's thinking about venturing into the night shift, don't do it, guys, man. Might pay a lot of money, but fuck it. It ruins your sleep schedule, ruins your life, ruins your football. I mean, you could argue if you support Hearts, you're better off being on night shift so you don't have to watch the shite on a Saturday or Sunday. But I wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, guys, let's get into the comments here. Seeing what the fans are saying. Ellis Bain says, terrible referee. It's the referee's fault. Why didn't the referee take away the second goal for Rangers? The goal wasn't even a goal. If I was working as a referee, I would disallow Rangers' goal when the timer hits 5 minutes. That wasn't even 5 minutes. That was more than 5 minutes. Damn it, Ellis here seems to be ranting and raving here. He's not too happy about the 5 minutes. I can't comment whether it was 5 or not 5, but Ellis Bain doesn't seem to think the goal should have stood. The Hadji equaliser, the one that denied Celtic a league title. We've got Baldy Barry, Aberdeen scraping a 2-2 draw with 10-men Rangers reserves in their cup final. Oh, Baldy Barry, they're sticking it to the Aberdeen fans. Barry, I can't watch that because the video will get blocked. Rangers spares can't even beat our B team who were down to 10 men for most of the game. Fucking pish. And I mean, that's one way to describe it. It's not great. Phantom says Aberdeen FC were once a small football club in the Scotch League. What was left of them died on the 13th of April 2025. I mean, it was a bad day for Aberdeen yesterday. It really was. Fuck Beale says Thelin must stay. I mean, this is supposed to be an Aberdeen fans react, but right now, all we're seeing is Rangers fans jumping in here. M1872MB says, imagine being unable to beat a very poor 10-men Rangers B team in your cup final. Biggest game of the season. It's refreshing that no matter how bad Rangers are, we can always rely on Aberdeen to remind us that it could always be worse. Well, I mean, that's true, but I mean, at the end of the day, Rangers didn't win the game and they were pretty shite, so it is what it is. And after Thursday, they'll have nothing to celebrate either, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know why Rangers fans are acting like this is a big win. You're still expected, I think, to go to Pittodrie and beat Aberdeen. There's levels in this game, isn't there? And we always hear how, the top two have more money than anyone else. So, I mean, realistically, Rangers should probably still be winning this game. Red Fan Loyal says 2-0 up and you fucked it up. Roll over and grunt sheep. At the end of the day, it's still a draw for Rangers. It's not like Rangers came back and won 3-2 or whatnot. Dan Sig 66, unbelievable, so flat in the second half and a predictable outcome. Need more ruthlessness up front next season. SGM 90, if you could not beat that Rangers team when you're 2-0 up, a Rangers team who are also a man down, then you're as well as giving up. Celtic fan group, what a weird club. Aberdeen, weird club. AFC 1903 Mad. Anyone got a clip of Daba's disallowed goal? So, wasn't aware Aberdeen had a goal disallowed. I'm sure that's going to make the fans even angrier. Harry Wilson was never a handball. Absolute joke. Refereeing performance yet again. 3 weeks in a row. Pathetic. Never seen the handball. Haven't seen any of the highlights for this game. I've just seen stats, and I mean, they looked alright for Aberdeen, but at the end of the day, stats that matter are the goals, and they couldn't win that stat. G-Dog says, anyone who knows why Shinnie was so raging? Probably because he's passionate, probably because he's not happy that his team let a 2-goal lead slip. That's what I would imagine anyway. I mean, I think it would be a bit more, I'd be more worried if Shinnie, from an Aberdeen perspective, man, if I supported Aberdeen, I would want Shinnie to be annoyed. You've just, you know what I mean, you've lost the game. You've lost the win even, with a late strike. So, I mean, of course he's going to be annoyed. Colin Armstrong couldn't beat a 10-man reserve team. 1690 can't even beat a 9-man B squad. Back on the bus. Frustrated dandies, Aberdeen FC. What's a sheep on that bus. Fraser Bain, Hibsed it. The fiery chef says, Stephen McLean, shocking official. That goal should have stood. Rangers absolutely shocking today. Well done, Dons. You totally played them off the park. Worst Rangers team I've ever watched. RBM, when did the rules change about 2 balls on the pitch at the same time? Strange, there is a different rule books for teams in the same league. I don't no idea what happened to all this controversy, but maybe it's worth watching the highlights or something, because it seems to be people not agreeing with these referees, these officials. UN says you're an absolute embarrassment, throwing away a 2-goal lead against 10 men. You should be bottom 6 for that. Someone's not happy that Aberdeen didn't win their club the title. Well, guess what? If Celtic didn't lose to St Johnstone last week, you could have won the title this week. So don't be blaming Aberdeen. How about you blame yourself? Adama says Jimmy has so much to answer to. Unacceptable. Soman71 says 2 points dropped by the famous Glasgow Rangers. In my opinion, enjoy your point, you horrible lot. Bah, we got bigger things in mind. Adama says I have never seen in my life such a second half bottling than that. 2-0 up, we gave up, and the substitutes made us so much worse. Ginge, team full of shite bags. Jimmy Thelin being the biggest one of the lot. Honestly, man, I'm not sure Jimmy Thielen's got a great future at Aberdeen. He had that amazing start, and I'll give him credit for it. And, you know, results have kind of picked up, but, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Thelin, controversial, I know, but I would not be surprised if Jimmy Thelin isn't the manager of Aberdeen by the end of next season. I'll leave it at that. I'm not saying he will get sacked, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has a poor start next season and he's gone by halfway through the season. Scott says Goodwin-esque substitutions blew it. Well done. RFC 1872I says comedy friendly with our reserves. Thanks for the bounce game. Gary B10 says should have been 5-1. Mad that. Jamie says that is absolutely pathetic after being 2-0 up against 10 men. Same thing in October. 2-0 up, going on 5-0 and just stopped. Colin Gale, Lib Dem. Lib Dem. Aberdeen FC says, I have been reading some of the comments. Some are over the top. Yes, it is a disappointing to drop 2 points, but the team played well and no individual was to blame. Some are questioning the substitutions of Keskikan and Morris so early, but remember, we have a vital semi-final soon. Both teams have vital games coming up soon. Rangers have got the Europa League game, and then Aberdeen have the Scottish Cup semi-final against Hearts, and Keskikan and Morris, and they're two. We need to get back. We need to get on this Aberdeen career mode, the SC25 Aberdeen career mode, guys. We're going to try and get that uploaded again soon. I know it's been a long time since we did it. I don't know. We will try maybe this week or sometime. Maybe later tonight even. I don't know. Just seeing those names. I don't know why those two names made me remember the Aberdeen career mode, but maybe it's because we're used to subbing them on or something. I don't know. Queens11 says, a B team playing a bounce game with 10 men gave you a 2-0 lead and still couldn't beat us. You're a complete comedy team. Alright. G says, JT masterclass of fuckwit subs. Taking off Keskikan was criminal. Rangers loyal. Couldn't beat our reserves with an extra man. I need to see this Rangers team. Was it really a reserve team? I need to see it, man. I mean, it was probably maybe a couple of changes in there, but to call it a reserve team, I'm not sure I agree with that. Graham says Jimmy just got good wind that. Casper can't even beat a 10-man Rangers squad, gave yous a 2 of a lead to. Sam Taylor, absolutely horrific, cannot miss that amount of chances in one game and expect to win it. The exact reason this team won't be third is chucking away points in games like that. Pish. Kevin Liddell, fucking embarrassing. Braden Warner says, can't even beat 10 men. I'm a little bit concerned because that looks like this guy's a Hearts fan and he's laughing about. I mean, I don't think we've got any sort of ammunition here to chuck at Aberdeen. I ain't saying shit. You know, I can't say nothing. Just look at that Motherwell game yesterday, shocking. Or Saturday even, whatever day it is, lost track of time. Hamanuk 6.0 says, terrible subs bottled it. I mean, Jimmy Thelin must have really bottled this then. Remember Uleve says, pathetic, absolutely pathetic, physically and mentally weak, losers. Benji says, your big day out and you still bottle it first our 10-man B team. So lots of bottling it here. Grant Anderson says, subs murdered us. About every position apart from centre halves was tinkered with. Squad depth badly exposed too. Dagba, Okel, Sokler and Guy are nae of the required standard. I mean, Sokler's scored goals. I mean, Pape Guy he had a good start to this season. He was leading the Aberdeen attack until he got injured. You know, he was top goal scorer. So, I don't know. I mean, to say that Sokler and Guy aren't of the quality required, I think they're good enough to play for Aberdeen. Bazard said no excuse for that, shit the bed again. Mikey B, shocking game management for that second half, abysmal after a superb first half. Tiffer Forbes says, and that's exactly why we won't get third. Absolutely hopeless against arguably one of the poorest Rangers sides in a long time. Far too casual, shot shy, can't see a game out. Really poor game management. And I think that is where we're going to end it. Do you think so? Said all the Rangers Mark 2 fans on here celebrating dropping 2 points instead of 3 standards, eh? Yeah, I mean, I do think that's a bit, that kind of shows you how far Rangers have fallen. That you've got, and I get it, they're relieved not to have lost. I understand that. I get that. You don't want to lose to Aberdeen. They've snatched a point late on, so therefore I can accept Rangers, despite being, you know, the bigger team, the better team. I can accept that Rangers would be happier with a draw due to the circumstances, but you do have a lot of Rangers fans on this Aberdeen post, and they're like, you know, making fun of Aberdeen, and it's like, at the end of the day, you didn't win 3-2, you drew 2 each. You know, it's a bit drastic there, you know. But anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. Aberdeen 2, Rangers 2. Should have won that, didn't win it. And now we move on to the upcoming week. Europa League, Scottish Cup semi-finals. Looking forward to it. Europe, domestic cup competition. What more can you want? Till next time, peace.